Welcome to Pinball Mayhem. My name's Jeremy Ajma, and today we're going to do some troubleshooting and repair on this 1966 Williams Top Hand. We're going to move the camera in a little closer. I'm going to describe some of the issues I've been having, and we'll get started. Okay, here we are with a little closer look at Top Hand. This is an add-a-ball game. We'll just kind of go over a few things here. Not going to go over full rules or anything like that. I do have other videos on this machine. But what I really enjoy about this machine is the fact that it's an add-a-ball, and it's got this cool little feature on the bottom there for where you can add a name of the business or whatnot. It's this like a marquee box or something like that, back box. It's popular for a few years. And another thing with this game is when you start a game, like I'm going to do right now, instead of starting at ball 1, it starts at ball 5 and goes backwards. So that's pretty cool. And when you get various objectives on the playfield, instead of giving you an extra ball, it adds a ball. So if we were to get an extra ball right now with this, it will go to 6. It can register up to 9 total balls on the game. Alright, so 2 problems I'm having. First one is this right out lane is not working all the time. We'll just let the ball go through and we'll see if we get a trigger here. We'll hear it on the bell. Okay. That worked there. We'll try this one. Okay, that worked as well. We now have 200 points. I will show you the add-a-ball feature. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to lift up the playfield and we'll just clean the switches for both these since we'll have it out anyway, and we'll tighten up the flippers as well. This game is my show game. I bring it to pinball shows when they're, of course, in season, as they were. Of course, it didn't happen last year with COVID and everything like that. Kind of gives you a telltale when this video is being made. And so I like this one for pinball shows because I can transport it by myself. It's not super heavy. The back box I can handle by myself. And it's something different that you don't always see at all the shows. And I can put our Pinball Mayhem logo on it, so even better. Alright, let's see here. We're going to set it up so where you can see the add-a-ball happen here. Easiest way to get an add-a-ball is to match these 3 here. And let's see, what do we want? We got more jacks than anything. We got jack wild. Okay, we got everything lit. Easiest way to get an extra ball is to go down, lose it down the out lane here, and I will just trigger that right now, and we'll watch the counter. There it goes, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's the max it can. It's the max it can handle. When I put the ball down the center drain, it goes back down to 8. All right, so let's lift the playfield up, show you what I'm going to do, and then we'll see how it works. It has been intermittent, this switch down here. For those of you that are not familiar with the channel Pinball Mayhem, my name is Jeremy, of course, and what I do is I stream pinball on YouTube on Saturdays normally, and on Sundays I stream on Twitch. And I don't stream this game every time. I generally rotate my collection here, so I've got, you know, about 9 pins set up right now, just all kinds of various years and ages and stuff. And when you play a game for a couple hours, you kind of, if you're paying attention, you kind of tend to notice some things, so that's why I'm doing this video. As we take a look into the lower cabinet of this machine, I have added a power switch in the normal position that the more modern machines are in. Why did I do that? This game did not have a power switch on it originally from the factory. It had a different way of doing it. It was a switch that was right here that says kickoff switch, and you would actually reach your leg up underneath and give it a kick and shut it off. Or if you shut off the breaker and turned it back on, the game would stay off, but you'd still have power on the transformer though. So that's why I put the switch down here, just to make things super safe. As we look at everything else, being a single player game and only having a few features, it's not overly complicated. The biggest thing, we've got the extra set of reels here. These are actually score reel mechanisms that have the various cards on them and whatnot. But the switches we're interested in is this one here and this one over here. We're just going to do both because we got it up anyway. So I'm going to check for broken solder joints or anything like that. And then I'm going to clean the switches and check the gap here. Which, well, let's see here, I'm just doing it here. That bottom one might be a little bit open, so we might close up the gap a little bit just so it works a little better. Okay, so what I've done is I've unplugged the machine and I've laid a towel down in the bottom here. A couple reasons for that. The towel is to catch any screws, and it also provides a handy work surface for tossing the screwdriver down. And if anything does fall from up above, it doesn't get wedged in a switch where I might not find it, and it'll cause all kinds of trouble. Alright, so I did find something out on this contact here. I looked at it real close, and I noticed that this bottom set of contacts here had a shiny point on it, so they were making good contact. But the second set here were sort of oxidized, and that's because the gap is too wide. So when the ball did go over, it didn't create a wiping action to keep the switch clean. So I've gone ahead and I've filed the contacts, and I'm going to put it on, and then we'll readjust the gap a little tighter. Okay, here we are right up next to the switch. And what I've got going on here is this tab I want to bring in, or this bottom leaf. Probably adjust all of them a little bit, because when we adjust the switch here, sorry about the camera jiggling around, but that's just kind of the way it is. So we got a little bit too much contact on the, too much of a gap on the bottom switch, which leads us to not, yeah, this blade right here is hardly moving at all. So we're going to get in here with our tool, and the main thing is with the tools, no matter what you use, if it's this or if it's a needle nose pliers or something, don't adjust the switch down here. Adjust it right at the base. We'll just get in here, hopefully, and make this a little bit closer. Okay, let's see how that looks. Okay, the bottom one's much better. Now we'll adjust the top one a little bit closer. Okay, that's too close. It's touching right now. We don't want that. Small gap is good. Alright, let's see how that looks. Okay, so we're getting some movement out of that bottom one when it closes, which is what we want. Alright, that's more movement than we had. Excellent. Let's go around to the other side. Okay, I can see on this one we do have a little less of a gap. We'll see what kind of follow through we have here. Okay, this is pretty good. Why are there two switches on here, you might ask? One of them is for the points. When you go down, you get 100 points. And the other switch is for the add-a-ball. So if the add-a-ball is set up correctly, the game will know you go down here. And I missed a few add-a-balls when I was playing before. Alright, the switch gap seems pretty good here. And this switch has been working good, but we'll take a look at the contacts here. Okay, so I've gone and pulled this off, and I have cleaned the contacts. They weren't very dirty, and the upper one here did have a small point to where the contact, it's a pointed contact that comes up against it. So this one has been working better, but we'll adjust it a little bit tighter when we put it back together. Okay, got the switch all taken care of, and in just checking some of the components, I did have one loose screw on the bushing for the flipper. And in checking the other components, you check the stuff that kind of vibrates the most. Next one after the flippers is going to be the pop bumpers. And so just kind of check that. This one's a little loose. Whoa, that one's like really loose there. So we're definitely going to tighten that up. And that's just something that happens with these old machines. Stuff loosens up. If I find a screw that's stripped out, I'll either fix the hole, put in a slightly larger screw, but not a longer screw. That would be bad. And this just happens from playing the game. We'll tighten this guy up. Three screws to tighten up here. Oh, these all tighten up just fine. And of course, we'll check the end one there. That one was definitely loose. That one was a tiny bit loose. And that one was a little bit loose as well. Alrighty, I'm just going to go through and check all the other screws. Just give them a quick snug if they need it. Okay, as I'm working here, I am watching Scott Denisi on Twitch. That's... the username is Scott Denisi, so he does a lot of cool stuff with music and whatnot. So definitely check him out. Alright, so I've been working here checking everything for loose screws and all that, and I realized when I put some of my switches in, they did not get soldered back correctly. Some of these switches, besides the wires they have, they're attached to the bus bar wire here that runs in between them. I did not properly secure them. Even though they worked good, this could be a problem in the future, so they have been soldered back again down here. I haven't really found too much loose except for this guy. There's a bracket right here that goes under it. That's going to need to be tightened down. Again, this is just all the stuff you go through, and by the time you're done, your machine will be nice and reliable. That's why I'm doing this, for reliability. Alright, we'll get this... I will tighten this. We'll do another check over. Okay, we are done with the bottom side of the playfield. This is all nice and tight now. It's not going anywhere. And we'll lay the playfield down, do a little testing, and get on to the second part. Alright, let's test it out. I modified this game to use the coin return lever for free play. Okay, things seem to be working good. We'll launch the ball here. Things are still working pretty good. Okay, that works. That works. I see why. Alright. There we go. Release the lock there. Beautiful. Those are working good. Alright, now on to the next part, which is the bell. Does not sound all that great. Should be much more melodious bell sound, and let's get into the back here. This game did not have a back when I got it, so I had a spare piece of wood off of another Williams game. It was Earthshaker, actually. And that's what I made the back from. So here we are at the back. We've got two bells. We've got this one, which is our 10-point. And we've got this one, which is our other bell. And here's the problem. The screw has come out of this side and has gone down, way down here, and along with a spacer. So we gotta pull out the playfield, relay board down there, and go fishing. Fun times. I've got the board tilted up here because I would have taken it out, but because I've got my power wire hooked up here, I'd have to undo the switch. I didn't want to do that. Normally when I haul this thing up the stairs, I'll just leave this board in the bottom. The cabinet's still light enough for me, but there's only two screws that hold it in. The bottom relay board, which is here, and then the other one is up there. And it's pretty darn clean under here, but I did find the necessary components I need for the back, which is the screw and a little felt washer. There might be another plastic piece here somewhere. I'll do some more digging and see if I can find it. Otherwise, I might have a spare chime box that has a little spacer. Then we'll get that back together. Here we are in the back box. I've removed the chime box from where it sits up here normally. As you can tell, the spot that is much lighter than the other spot. And I've loosened this screw up here. And then we can see the spacer bit we need. So I'll be looking in my spares for something that'll work like that. It can just be a plastic tube or something, just so it doesn't sound harsh. And I see we got a felt on top. This is just like a xylophone bar. Then there's a felt down below. And as you look inside, there's another one in there that goes on this side. So I'll look through my spares and see if we can make it sound good again. Okay, got everything back together, and I'll just give her a little quick test here. Much nicer. Nice clear tone, doesn't sound like a hammer hitting a bucket of nails or something like it was before. It was pretty bad. But checked everything else for tightness back here. The mechanical units are working good. That bell sounds good. Everything's all nice and tight in here. And gonna put the playfield back in. Give it a quick test. Okay, here we are. Everything's all back together. Reach on down here, turn on the power. Because this is an older Williams game, others might do it as well. You have to hit the left-hand flipper button to activate the power, or start up a game. Okay, there we go there. Fire up a game here. Okay, let's see what she does. Pop bumpers are working. And my bell's a little on the quiet side. I think it'll get better as it gets use. All right, let's see if the extra ball works, or the add a ball. Beautiful. All right, sounds good. All right, we're gonna call it there. And this is definitely something you should do to your pinball machines every once in a while. Just kind of go through them and make sure everything's tight, make sure everything works correctly, and then you have a much more reliable machine in the future.